wear headphones when I shop now, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if I am way too willing to talk to people, but apparently going out in public is just unacceptable at this point. So wear headphones when I'm out now because I'm just super antisocial, and gosh. Okay. So what happened is that I went out swing dancing with my friend. I had just decided I'm going to try and go out of my comfort zone. And I had just come to grad school and I didn't know a lot of people. And she says, let's go swing dancing. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll go. And you guys know me, I'm super into video games, and I might look extroverted, but I'm not when it comes to having to, I don't know, be around other people. I definitely get a lot more shy, and then I default to what I'm comfortable with, which is talking about video games. And the way that swing dancing works is it's this huge room full of people, and a lot of the people there have no idea what they're doing. Me amongst them, I learned ballroom dancing. I never learned swing dancing. And on top of that, it had been 4 years since anything that I learned. So not my forte. And in a social dance, you usually dance with one person and then you move on and you dance with a lot of people throughout the night and you have these little polite, meaningless conversations and then you move on because these dances are only 2 minutes long or something. And there was this guy who asked me what I was involved in or what I was interested in, whatever, and I started talking about Dota, and he pretended that he played. He was like, yeah, I know what that is. And then he was like, yeah, I'm a Smash player. I do competitive Smash, which me at the time thought that was ridiculous because I'd never heard of it before and I did not think it was an esport. So that proves me wrong. Okay, bad on me, whatever. And I was asking him questions about Dota because I got really excited that I finally found someone else who played. It's really hard to find someone who plays Dota and not League. Like, really hard. And he didn't know the answers to some really basic questions. And then eventually he was like, yeah, I only played it a couple times. Back in Warcraft 3 days, I don't play anymore. And I was like, you lied to me, you pleb! And I was really upset, but obviously I didn't say anything. Well, we danced several dances together, which you probably figured out by now about the amount of conversation that we've had. And he asked for my number. Now, I was single at the time. I had zero interest in him whatsoever. But I hate hurting people's feelings, and I haven't really had to experience getting asked out that often, so I don't actually know how to say no. So I just gave him my number thinking, okay, this is fine. If he ever calls me, I'll just ignore it or pretend I gave him a fake one or whatever, which, like, I know makes me horrible because it's getting the poor guy's hopes up, but come on. I didn't know what to do. It was bad. So anyway, it's fine. And he, like, leaves me alone for a little bit, and I'm talking with my friend, and I'm just like, you can't leave me alone with this dude. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm so clueless about these things, which I am. And it's time for us to leave. We decide, yeah, we're tired. We're going to head out. And, I don't know, this guy sees me making my way out of there or something. And he says, oh, it's great to meet you. And then he's like, my friend plays Dota. We should get together and I'll play sometime. And I don't know. He's like trying to turn it into this thing. And I'm just like nodding and smiling and just like, get me out of here, get this over with. And he like goes for the hug, which I'm like, okay, hug is fine, whatever, non-committal hug. And then he like changes his mind and just goes straight to kiss me when he's coming in. And in my head, I'm just like, what is happening? Oh my God, stop now, no! And I do the turn things, gets the cheek, and I'm just like freaking out. And then I like run away, and I'm like, oh my God, get me out of here. And of course, he did text me a couple days later, and I just ignored him. And then when he texted again, I ignored him again. But dear goodness, this is a bright, fully lit room with like old people there. And it's like, you talked to me for not that long. What? Yeah. So that was incident number 1, okay? Incident number 1. And so this was a couple years ago. I just thought of this the other day and thought it was hilarious and could have fully appreciated it now that we move on. So incident number 2. So the next day, I'm working on my Queen of Pain cosplay, and I go to the hardware store. And I don't know how many of you have been in hardware stores, but usually there are a few like old dudes working there who offer anybody who walks in help because they have a million different things and they're all organized differently, and it's usually just easiest to have someone point you for what you're looking for. And that's what I'm used to. That's just what happens when you walk into a hardware store. Well, I get a young guy who's not an old guy, and I had just streamed. So I was actually wearing makeup on like a Saturday afternoon or something. And I don't know, I probably had semi-nice clothes on because I like to not look like a bum. And then I wear heels everywhere. Okay, so I'm way overdressed for the hardware store. Like way overdressed. Whatever, I get this nice young guy who's helping me find everything I need, and I need like wire cutters and different kinds of paint and a few different tools and stuff. I hadn't been cosplaying for long at this point, so I was really like building up my inventory. And so I needed a lot of things, so he was going around the store a lot with me, and we were talking, and I was talking about, again, video games, because that's what I default to, is I talk about video games. And he like gets really interested, and he's like a gamer too, and I'm talking about cosplaying, and I can just see it. I can just see it coming, that he's like about to, and he like starts to say it, and I just totally dodge. I cut him off, and I'm like, oh, I forgot something, and then like run somewhere else in the store, and then just don't give any more opportunity, and it's just, okay, so crisis averted. I was put on high alert by the swing dancing guy the previous night. Goodness. So round number 3, which is when I really started wearing headphones every time I am out shopping and stuff like that. A lot of times not even listening to anything, because I kind of think it's dangerous to not be aware of your surroundings. So a lot of times I just have them in so people won't talk to me. But they're there. So anyway, this is incident number 3. I think this is a few months later, because that was when I was happily involved with someone I actually wanted to date and continue to, and I'm very happy with this, and it gives me a buffer between these experiences ever happening again. I go to the grocery store, and I'm getting a few things, and I need toothpicks. And I'm in the baking aisle, which is where toothpicks always are, and I can't find them. And I clearly look like I'm looking for something. And this, again, young guy who's not wearing any of the, like, clothing that says he's working in the store, but he's carrying a bike helmet. And so I think maybe he just, like, biked into work and is about to head to the back to change and clock in or something. And he offers to help me. And I say I'm looking for toothpicks, and he goes right back to where I had just been looking. And, like, gets this whole, I'll help you find them. He's, like, chatting me up and doing all these things. And they're not there, of course, because I was just there. And then he's, like, checking every aisle. And I can't just ditch him because that's rude. I don't know. And he just keeps talking to me more and more and, like, asking all these questions. I don't know, like, what are these for? And I said something about baking, and then he was like, are you baking for a special someone? And it was just like all of these questions that were very leading. And at this point, because he has no idea what's going on and he's spending like way too much time, I'm pretty sure he doesn't work there. Just like my first instinct was he probably doesn't work here, but maybe he's clocking in. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm pretty sure. And meanwhile, I pull out my phone and I'm texting Theben, you need to call me right now. Please call me. Please, I need an excuse to get away from someone who's talking to me. Please call me. And I'm like frantically panicking, like, please, oh my goodness, get me out of this. And then eventually this guy is like, yeah, I don't actually work here. And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, I know. But then after that, he still keeps talking to me, even though by that point he should be so embarrassed that he walks away in shame, but he doesn't. No shame. Yeah, so he keeps talking, and thank goodness Demon calls me, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I have to take this. And so I'm talking to him on the phone, and I get the rest of my groceries, and he's just like, what is going on? I'm like, I'll just tell you about it later. I just needed you to call me. And and I pretend that I'm like asking him for like a list or other stuff that we need, whatever. And Steven is confused, but he stays on the phone with me, and then he's like, well, are you good now? Can I hang up? And I was like, no, don't you dare hang up until I'm out of this store. So I am checking out. I'm up at the register, still on the phone, and this guy comes like sprinting across the store, carrying a thing of toothpicks. And he's like, I got them for you. And I'm just like, what is going on? What is happening? And I'm like, okay, thanks. And I'm still on the phone, and so I'm like, thanks, still on the phone, sorry. And I'm just like, and Steven's like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know, I will tell you later. And so I don't get off the phone until I am safely in my car with like the doors locked and it's turned on and I'm ready to go. I'm just like, what is going on? Now, keep in mind, generally when I'm out in public, I'm overdressed. I am wearing a decent amount of makeup, because when you freaking appear in a video and people have access to that forever, you want to look good. And so I understand that when people see me, they think like maybe I'm looking for something, because I am overdone for going to the grocery store on a Saturday or a Friday night or whatever. But still, come on, let a woman shop in peace. So I don't know if it's over friendly people, over helpful people, over touchy people, whatever it is. These are my happy place. These are my coping mechanism. And my apologies to anybody who thinks I'm rude for having headphones in public, but I can't trust public. It's a dangerous world out there, guys. Too many people want to talk to you. Too many people.